to take this to where we want to be. And it starts out with that. And you heard this morning, John Ramsey talking about being focused and being motivated and being consistent. It all comes down to that. It all comes down to us in what we want, because when we start thinking about our positive thoughts, it's going to start to create great value for us in what we do every day. And those values, as you continue to do this every day, it becomes a habit. And back to the synapses I talked about, right? Those synapses is going to eventually become a habit, because those signals, and when we think positively every day, that's repetitive action, right? When you take repetitive actions, which is thinking positive, right? It's repetitively thinking positively every day, your brain is gonna make it become habitual, right? Where you can start believing in yourself more than you ever believed in yourself before. Like I was on live with Ricky and Claudia, and they said, you know what? We have learned so much in the last several years. We have learned so much more confidence. So we become more positive. We become more believing in ourselves. Is because we're in the whole entire course of learning within each other together as a group. And what it does is it's going to help you build your skills and build everything about what you're going to do and develop resources. For example, think about this. There's two ways to teach, let's say, our kids. If you have a kid who just wants to go out there, and obviously you ought to know this, because our kids, they become so they have no influences whatsoever. They're not negative or positive. They just go out there. They like to play, and they like to climb the trees, and so on and so forth. They interact with other kids, and that's actually very good for them, because let's imagine this. If you have a child that's always positive, always running and want to climb the tree, want to climb on top of the cars, and want to climb on whatever they get their hands on, they're developing and they're learning the skills to be, for example, an athlete. They're going to learn from their mistakes. They're going to learn from their struggles. They like learning how to ride a bike, right? They're going to learn the struggle. They're going to fall. They're going to cry. But you know what? What you tell them, it's okay. Get up and try again. And then you have that same kid who goes out into the playground and who's interacting with other kids. Well, guess what? What are they learning at that point when they're interacting with other kids is they're learning the social skills. They're learning how to interact with other people. Then we learn when we were a child. We learn when we're little kids. In all these interactions, let them be and let them grow, because that's going to help them develop their leadership skills, their athletic skills, their social skills, and so on and so forth. It all starts there. And think about this. Think about yourself. All of us, when we join this business, we join this industry, there's always a first time. I started this industry as never doing this before, first time about 18 years ago. Jen just started 2 years ago. Dario started 2 years ago. Each and every one of you, we all have a starting point. We all have a starting point. It doesn't matter how we started. And I always say, it doesn't matter what package we start at. Yes, we started. The point is, we started. But the more important thing is, it's all about the law of attraction. It's all about affirmation. It's all about what you do every day to continue that little starting point that you did, let's say a year ago, 2 years ago, and so on and so forth, and how you continue down that path. And it's going to be either you're going to fail or you can succeed. And it's going to be based on you being positive or being negative, having belief. You have to have yourself, and that's the reality of this. This is not a simple subject. It won't take long to do this, but you have to understand, you always got to think positive. Like, I went through my struggles learning sports. I mentioned this before, learning how to play tennis, got beat up my first year, big time. Got beat up, lost, and lost, and lost. But you know what? That gave me more of that incredible drive during the summer month of that freshman year. after that freshman year. Gave me that drive to go, I'm gonna go out there and improve my game the entire 3 months of summer. And you heard this before. You can find me if you were looking for me, you were looking for Chi. Where is Chi? Well, he's over there at tennis courts. And you will know exactly where I am, exactly where my friends are. We're at the tennis court from the time the sun came up and the time all the way to sundown. We were at the tennis courts, practicing, playing, improving ourselves. It's the same thing here in what we do. We're going to go through all the ups and downs, all the negativities, all that. That's part of the journey. Stay positive. If you hang around positive people, if you focus on people and you focus on what they do every day, the positive people that does things every day, you will be a part of that. Because what you see, you will absorb. What you hear, you will absorb. What the energy that you see happening in our company, you will absorb that energy. But the only way you can absorb that energy is you must be plugging into everything that we do. Yes, we talk about this all the time. We talk about this over and over and over all the time. Is if you don't plug in, you will end up losing. You will be deviated. You will be lost on that trail up the top of the Mountain Valentis, for example. Think about this. How do someone get lost on a trail? Because they lost track of the people that are group of people hiking up the. They were too busy, let's say, looking around. They're too busy listening to somebody else saying, oh, don't go that route, it's dangerous. Right? Think about that. Have you ever taken a route where you thought it's going to be dangerous? Have you heard some people say to you, oh, don't go on that hiking trip. It's dangerous. You can fall. You can fall off the cliff. You can get hurt, and so on and so forth. You will hear that. It is true. I've heard that before, right? And it's just the way it is. It's just because of what? People are fearful of you because people, maybe comes from our parents. They're afraid that we're going to go on this big, long 3-day to 5-day to 10-day hike up that mountain, and they have that fear in their mind that something's going to bad happen to us. Why is it that it's always a negative feeling, a negative fear coming from someone else? Because guess what? We're said before, we have always been programmed to have fear. Because look about growing up in school, it's always a negative, right? Oh, you got a bad grade. You got a bad grade. It was negative. There was never anything positive about affirmation. Think about society. Everything's negative, right? Have you heard of anything positive at your jobs? You hear people complain all the time about your job. So think about here. This is also science too. Let's say you hate your job. You hate your job so much, and guess what? You work at the coffee shop. What's going to happen? Those two are not related whatsoever, but they are related. Okay? Because in your mind, you hate your job and you work at a coffee shop. But guess what? Your brain will become acclimated to what you think about your job. I hate my job. So your it's gonna absorb and think, oh, because you're gonna smell coffee all day long because you work at a coffee shop. And what's gonna happen in the long run, because you hate your job, eventually you become acclimated to hate the smell of coffee. Not because you hate coffee, but because you thought of your job as being, you don't like your job, but then it eventually be connected to working at the coffee shop. Your brain will say, I don't like coffee. I don't like the smell of coffee. But in reality, you have nothing wrong with the coffee, but you just have that negative thought, and your brain it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. But once you leave that job and go find another job, and your brain starts shutting down that signal, that little synapse in terms of coffee. I hate coffee because I hate my job. That pathway is shut down, and you're gonna start to like coffee again, because it wasn't the coffee. It was because of your job that you hated. Okay, it's all in our brain. Everything's inside of us. And what we absorb in from the environment affects us in so many different ways. We will have to go through that. Everybody go through the fears, the being afraid to talk in person, being afraid. I mean, I don't do much Facebook Live before. I was so scared, but you know what? I just did it. Whether I was good or not, I didn't care. And we just get out of our comfort zone, and we just go out there and we just learn and just do it by doing it. And within time, it'll be a second nature. I have never done webinars before Valentis at all whatsoever. This is a new thing for me in the last 3 years. So it's all about learning. We're always in the learning phase. But either you think positively or you think negatively. And everything dictates everything we do, especially positive thinking. And it's so true. And the reason people succeed, people fail, is just that thought right there of I'm gonna think positive of what I do every day. And like I said, you gotta plug in. How to stay positive? If you can't dictate yourself to be positive every day, you must plug into what's going on within the company. Like the corporate call that John had today. Later on, we're gonna have the Eric Worre webinar, and then this coming week, in a couple of days, we're going to have that 7-day challenge with him. And that's positive. That's a positive environment that we get to be a part of, right? And then we have the webinar tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then tomorrow we have another webinar at 11 a.m. Those are the events that we all should plug into to stick around positive people, stick around successful people, stick around influential people. Because you are all here. You are all here for a reason. You showed up to this. You showed up to this webinar. You showed up to this business. For what reason? Why are you here? Right? And what's the best way for you to really think positive? Let go of your own quote unquote selfish goals. And I don't mean to let it go. Your whys are your whys. Okay, yes, it is going to be in the background. We're all here because of a reason why we want to do this. And that's a very important reason. But just kind of let it go and let it sit in the background of your business. Let it sit in the back of your brain for now. And ask yourself this question every day. What can I do to help somebody today? That's a question you can ask yourself every single morning when you wake up. Is what can I do to help somebody else today? Who else can I help today? Who else can I pay forward what I have been blessed with? That's what you should think every day. That's what I think every day. That's what I do every day. I don't think about the fast start bonus. I don't think about the legacy bonus. I don't think about the dual team commission. I don't think about the check matching. That's least of my concern. Because that's automatically coming every Friday. We all know that, right? So let go of all those things. Let it go. Think about who can you help today? Who can you bless today? And when you think about that, I can promise you, you're going to have a very, very positive day because you're going to influence someone very positively because you're going to give them a chance. You're going to be able to change their lives in more ways than you can ever imagine. And I admit to you, I can't even imagine how much of a life-changing event that Jen and Dario have had in the last 2 years being a part of this. And the question, think about this. What if they said no to this, right? What if they said no? What if, let's say, I give up on them? What if I go, you know what? I'm not going to follow with them anymore. I got frustrated. Let's say, for example, I got frustrated because she said no all the time. What if I gave up on following up with them? What if, right? We don't know. The chances are, yeah, they could have heard it from someone else, but more than likely they might can be where they're at still, working their jobs every day, right? And so, and I mean, think about that. Think about what did you do for that person you got in? And that's all about positively thinking about that. Because you know what? When all 51 of us are here for a reason, you know, you came on here because you want to know what you can do and help to help people. So this is how you help people. When you get somebody into the business, you are their parents. You are their Valenta's parents. You have to feed them. Feed them what? Feed them the knowledge by training them, by giving them confidence, by giving them the information, by giving them all the information they need, and really, really guide them each and every day. Be there for them when they need you. Reach out to them. How are you doing today? What can I do to help you today? And that's your reason why you're here. Not to just enroll them in and make $100 or make $60 or $40 or $20. That's not why you're here. If that's why you're here, you are thinking very shallow. And yes, it's going to hurt when I say that. If you're thinking that, you're thinking very shallow and you don't understand the purpose of the reason why you're here. You might not know the purpose of why you're here, but if you stick around long enough, that purpose, your purpose will come out of you from within. You have, each of us are born for a purpose. God wakes you up every morning for a reason. Why are you here? You have that purpose within you, and it will come out if it hasn't come out already. But think about that. If you focus on reaching out to 5 people and say, what can I do to help those 5 individuals today? To give them a chance in what we have. I mean, we have 25 plus products that are incredible. And did you know the elections are over? And yes, Dave Jordan is so excited because there is some law in South Dakota that just passed regarding hemp. I'm not saying any more than that. I'm saying the law just passed for South Dakota on hemp. Hint, hint. What's going to launch next? Right? Think about that. We heard him talk about it on stage. We heard him talk about it through the calls and all this, and just waiting for things to happen, and things are happening because of law of attraction and affirmation and positive thinking. Dave Jordan does not think negative whatsoever. He's always thinking positive. And he's always, always, always taking the right route. He doesn't take shortcuts at all whatsoever. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not here to take shortcuts. Everyone is so excited for the Philippines, for the opening of the manufacturing in the Philippines. But you know what? Be patient. Nothing happens overnight. We want to do it the right way. We want to do it the right way. Cross the T's, dot the I's, and get it done the right way so we can have everything there possible when it starts. Things going to happen for other countries. But guess what? Have patience. If it took 6+ years for us to be where we are today, why would you think that it will take a week to open up a manufacturing facility in the Philippines or Malaysia or Thailand or Singapore or China or Japan? Especially right now, we're in the middle of all this crazy pandemic. Things are slower. Like I went out today to mail out samples. Just a few states away to people. And you know what? I thought in my mind it's going to take 2-3 days. But you know what? 7 days. Just within a few states away. 7 days it's going to take it to arrive because they gave me a tracking number. That's crazy. Am I going to get mad about it? No. I'm going to think positive about that whole entire situation. And it will arrive. It will arrive. And you know what's even more amazing is this. I don't wait for the products to arrive to ask that person, are you open to making extra income? Why wait? This is an opportunity to make extra income. And that person said yes. And so guess what? Webinar schedule sent for tonight and tomorrow. that person has two options: hop on and see the opportunity in the business, or not hop on. It's not my loss, it's their loss, right? And so, some people go, well, he didn't want to look at it. No, he said no. And what's going to happen is you're going to go into the closet. You're going to hide for the next 5 years. You're going to quit Valentis, and then you're going to, look for some other company to join. Really? Just on that? You let the external factor of that prospect get to you. You should be positively affirmated that he or she is just one of the individual that you are sharing with today. Don't let people bother you when they say they're not ready. Don't let people bother you when they say, I'm not interested. Because it is their time. They will come back to you later on. As long as you follow up or follow through. If I were to prospect, let's say, Cindy, I can guarantee you, she might say no to me, but I can ask Cindy, can I follow up with you every month, see how things are going? See, I asked her politely, may I follow up with you? And more than likely, she will say, sure, why not? But you know what, when I say that, what's going to happen is, let's say Cindy is a stranger, right? We never met. But what's going to happen is, I leave it up to Cindy. She's going to probe into my Facebook. She's going to go to my timeline. She's going to look. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We as humans are very curious. Extremely curious. It's never a no as being no forever. They're just saying that because they don't know what they're talking about yet. But wait till they see everything and they're going to say yes. It's like Jen said no for 6 months because she didn't know about the business opportunity, or she didn't understand it, or she was so busy with her job. She is busy because she's a associate director of nursing. They have a lot of responsibilities every day with patients and patients' family, and you're dealing with, her job is so full of negativities because being a director of nursing, you are responsible for what's going on with the patients. And you are basically the person talking to the patient's family about their parents, about whomever it is that's there in that facility. And I guarantee you her job is all negative because I know. I hear from her every day when we're conversing. Oh my God, I'm so stressful because this happened on my job. See, none of you are immune to that. Our job is full of negativity. Like my office, there's 5 surgeons, and 3 of them are always mad, always rushing, and always this and that. And I'm just going to do my thing, smiling and this and that. And they give me this look of, why are you so happy? It's all what we think. It's all what we start and how we start the day. You can't get me to be down on myself. You can't get me to be negative if you can try. I challenge you to try. And I will give you one of the biggest battle there is between negativity and positivity. And I can tell you this, you will lose the battle if you can discuss being positive or negative with me, because you will lose the battle with me. That's how confident I am in doing what I'm doing. I don't care if people say this and that. It doesn't bother me. You have to learn to just take the arrows, take the hits, take the punches, take it all. The more you take, the more stronger you are. The more resistant you are to everything else. And the much stronger, and you will be so unstoppable that you'd be like, wow, I can't believe I am letting things bounce off me every single day, every single moment, every single time I hear something negative. It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's all up to you. And actually it's science. There's science studying positive habits versus negative habits. It's science. But guess what? If you're positive, your synapses, the signals, the receptors, just understand the science, the receptors is going to be full of positive energy. And when you're full of that positive energy, your blood's going to flow positively every day because you're thinking positive every day. If you think about, oh my God, this person did this, forget it, then you are negative. Your synapses is all based on what's in your brain. You are sending the signals into your synapse. You don't know what synapse is? Look it up. synapses. Synapses. Receptors. It's flowing. Okay, sodium, potassium, in the whole 9 yards, it's flowing. And it's flowing based on your thoughts. Based on your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is in our brain. Everything's between these two little ears of ours. We as humans were created to be one of the most powerful human being ever. Most powerful entity. Because we are given the ability to think with our thoughts, think logically, and to really make a decision based on our thoughts. No one else can do that. Even robots cannot do that. We are the best species on the planet. So why would you be any less than that? You have the ability to program yourself to be positive. You are the biggest and the most valuable computer there is on the planet. Yes, we can't compute things really quickly because we don't have that processing. Our processor in our brain is not as fast as a computer, but our processor is pretty darn smart. Our processor is really darn smart. And so take advantage of what you've been given. Take advantage of who you are as a person. Take advantage of you being given emotions and thoughts and everything. And it's up to you every day to really, really process what you absorb every day, to really think about what comes through your mind and what goes out your mind. You get to determine what stays in, and you get to determine what goes out every day, every moment, every second of every day. You decide what stays in, and you decide what goes in. Influx of signals and efflux of signal. Basically, signals coming in and signals coming out. Always. Your brain is always functioning, mostly during the day. You decide what signals stay. You decide what signal goes. When you think about yourself being positive, when you stay positive, and when you build yourself to the point of you are always positive, no matter what happened, and you're going to smile because someone said negative to you, just smile. Don't say a word, just smile. I promise you, when you smile, they will give up. When you respond, they will continue to give you more negativity because they're waiting for your negative. They're waiting for you to respond to their negativity so that they can add more to it. That's all it is. But when you just smile, that's it. You and everything, they're done because they can't break you. I'm going to tell you something. You need to tell yourself this every day. No one's going to break me at all whatsoever. No one. I am me. I have a mission. I have a goal to change other people's lives. You don't like it? Tough luck. That's how strong you must tell yourself every day. You tell yourself every day that you will ignore everything. You need to program yourself full of positive signals. So your brain cells can process that and build that new pathway. Remember what I said? What's that terminology? Neuroplasticity. Remember that. that's when your synapses will start transmitting those signals and form a new pathway. And that new pathway will become a habit that you will have within you. Everything's a habit. It's like you build this business from the start and then you start learning and it becomes a habit. That's why when we do the 90-day run, why? Because it takes us 90 days to build a habit. It is that simple. If we're just focused, be committed, and be passionate about what we do, be committed every day, be focused, be consistent, oh my gosh, no one can beat you. Nothing can beat you. And you will grow. You will grow so much. You'll be so strong that no one can stop you. You might get tired physically, but mentally, no one can stop you. And once in a while, take a break. Go on vacation, like Miss Karen Ford did. She took off a week to spend time with her mom. That's called vacation. You tell yourself, I'm not going to do business. I'm not going to touch a cell phone. I'm just going to have time for myself with my mother, or for example. That's what you have to do with yourself to let yourself rest, right? And so it's all about that. But you get to control all that. So I don't want to take more than what it is. Is my point here is this. We're still so young right now in the month of November. Today is only the 9th. And we have that special promo, which is an incredible promo, until tomorrow night, midnight, Central Standard Time. Convert that for the different part of the world, for your teams. But that's an incredible promo. You get a free thermal rolls. You get a free, for different market, you can get 350 sticks and get 350 sticks free. Can you imagine how many 6-day experience that is? Do you understand the significance of the 6-day experience and what that can do for you? How much exposure that can do for you? We talk about that in every webinar, about how it can really open up your market for you. Because people gonna start opening up they're gonna try the products, they're gonna try everything, and then you ask them that question we talk about on every webinar. Can you do us a favor? Refer somebody or join us. You give that person an option, right? And we're only the 9th and we have to the 30th, so 22 more days, 21 more days until end November, and then we have December. For all of you, do not stop sharing this. This is not vacation time for you. I'm going to tell you straight. Thanksgiving is one day. Christmas is one day. New Year is one day. That's 3 days. Do not say, I'm taking 3 months off. I promise you this. You will destroy your business. Your business will crash. Your momentum will crash if you were to stop this. This is a perfect time for you to go out there and give people the gift of hope, the gift of new possibility, because we are entering 2021. And obviously, everyone is having a bad time with 2020. They're all sad, they're all depressed, and the whole 9 yards. Well, everyone get ready for 2021. What are we doing to get ready? We are preparing for them. We're going to reach out to those people. We're going to take advantage of Grow Pro 7-day challenge of recruiting. We're going to be a part of that. We're going to start recruiting people in the next 7 days under the guidance of Eric Ward and his team. That is an incredible tool. It's free. It's free, ladies and gentlemen. He's not charging. And then the Grow Pro event in December, 3 days. I know the majority of us are on there already, and that's going to be amazing. And it's going to set you up for our amazing event in January, Valentis virtual event in January, to launch Valentis in 2021. Everything's in alignment. It's on course to launch our business to the next level. And I will tell you right now, either you're going to be ready for 2021 or you're not going to be ready for 2021. I want you to prepare now, right at this moment, not on December 31st and January 1st. I'm going to start building for 2021. That's not how you build a business. You start building your business right now for 2021. So that's my message to you is take advantage of the holiday season as you start to meet people, meet friends and get-togethers and this and that. And that's the time to share this amazing gifts that we were given before. Remember, this is the gift that each and every one of us received from that person who shared it with us. For me, it was John Haremza. I'm always grateful. I'm always blessed for him to share this with me. So I will not stop in sharing this amazing gift that has changed my life completely and continue to share this on and pay it forward to other people. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for being on here, and let's take this to the next level. Andre, do you want to say anything at all, or you just want me to close it out?
Go for it, Dr. Chi. You have all the energy and power.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have the power to do any of this, but tell you this. I'm going to tell you this very important thing you have to think about yourself. You do matter. And so I want you to revisit why you are here. Revisit your why. Because sometimes we kind of forget about why we are here. Because, you know, we forget about the reason we're here because we get the environmental factors get in our way. Right? And this is a time to revisit the reason why we are here. And remember, if you everyone here has a why that is so strong, it's gonna make you cry when you sit down and think about it, or when you kind of meditate about it and pray about it. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry big time. You're gonna shed tears. You're gonna cry because that is your why. Why are you here? And I want you to revisit that and reevaluate your why. And then when you think about that, what's going to happen is you're going to go, you know what? I felt bad, and you're going to feel guilty because you're going to say to yourself, I haven't put enough time. I haven't put enough effort and time and commitment and focus into my why. That's why I want you to visit your why, revisit your why, because it's going to give you a guilt trip. It's okay. It's a good guilt. Okay? It's going to give you that good guilt trip of why you didn't put extra effort, why you did not do this, why you didn't do this, why didn't you attend the webinar, why didn't you attend the corporate calls. You can't say, oh, I live in UK, I can't call in. Yes, you can. Every country has a code, or download the free conference call app. It's free. Okay? So that's free. So you're going to really, really be your own influencer. You're going to be the one who will tell yourself, I'm going to not miss a call. I'm going to go out there and share this. I'm going to change people's lives because my why matters. My why matters. Then you're going to start working hard. For example, I'll give you a good example. This is just an example. If your why is to retire your mother or your parents, then for every day that you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you are delaying the retirement day. Think about that for a second. I want to retire my parents, and for every day that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you are delaying the day of their retirement. The day that you're going to retire them from what they're doing. If that is your why, well, you better get going then. That should make you feel so guilty that you be hustling and bustling every day as much as you can around your busy schedule. Remember, this is not about you giving up everything else. This is about if you have an hour a day to build Valentis, you better focus an hour straight of your energy and time and your commitment into that 1 hour. If you have 8 hours, God bless you. You better spend 8 hours working this business. If you have 8 hours, you better work 8 hours. Imagine that. If you have 8 hours, oh my gosh, I have that. I'm working every day. I'm working all the time in Valentes, as much as I can. I don't work until Thursday and Friday. So guess what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm working Valentes around my busy schedule. And you can't say, "Oh, I'm flying." Well, guess what? It's called Wi-Fi. You can't give me excuses. I've done it all. I've seen it all. Right? Think about that. And imagine you flying across the country. You have Wi-Fi. Use that as the business write-off. So revisit your why. And once you do, you will start hustling again. And I want to, last thing before I let you go, I want to congratulate each and every one of you that have really worked hard, focused, being committed, got yourself on the leaderboard, because it's all about income-driven activities. And because you got on the leaderboard, that means you have changed those individuals' lives. See, it's not about being selfish, it's about changing those people's lives. And that's your accountability. That's really your self-accountability, is to get yourself on the leaderboard. And that tells you, and obviously I'm not guilty, I'm trying to get people on the leaderboard, right? We're all working at it. And least but not least, try to get yourself to become legacy qualified every month. Try to. Work at it. If you work at it, things will happen for you. I promise you that. Okay, so with that, thank you everybody for being on here. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Highwell. Thank you, Cheryl, for creating this incredible MyLab movement with the training and everything. Look forward to having so much more to come with what we're doing. And let's go and change lives. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great, great day, afternoon, evening. God bless you all. Bye-bye.